Basic biology shows us that in order to gain muscle, we must lift weights. Now, if you think about what lifting weights really is, you are actually breaking down the muscles in order to build new muscle. Now, that means that we must challenge ourselves in order to build this new muscle, and we must test the muscle that we already have. There's an English proverb that says, "A smooth sea never made a skilled mariner." And quite simply, that means that challenges make us better. And I would agree with that. Because challenges make us appreciate what we're working for, and oftentimes they produce mistakes, which are the best teaching tools. In order to see how challenges make us appreciate what we're working for, we must first look at the movie The Pursuit of Happiness. Now, in The Pursuit of Happiness, Chris Gardner is living in poverty with his son. Now, in order to provide for his son, he's selling bone density scanners. But selling these bone density scanners is not working and he's not making any money. So when he encounters an opportunity with a stockbroker to make money, he jumps at it. Now, the internship that he got required him to work many nights for 6 months. And in doing this, he was forced to not only make any money doing it, but he had to take care of his son as well. But because he was faced with the challenge of being in poverty, he was able to realize that this was an opportunity to provide for his son. And although it wasn't easy, by going through the challenges of being impoverished, he had the opportunity to see the good in the situation he was in. Another way that we can see that challenges make us appreciate what we're working for is with Rick Ankiel. Now, Rick Ankiel was a pitcher for the St. Louis Cardinals, whose basically his career ended because he couldn't throw a strike. He had what in the baseball world is called the yips, which means that there was nothing physically wrong with him, but mentally, for whatever reason, he just couldn't perform the simple task of throwing the ball. In a playoff game against the Dodgers, his career essentially ended when he threw 3 balls in a row to the backstop, allowing a runner to go from first to second to third all the way home. But because he had years left on his contract for being in the major leagues, he was able to go down to the minor leagues, and he asked his coaches if maybe they would let him hit and play the outfield. And since they were already going to have to pay him anyway, they figured, well, why not? We're already paying him. Let's just see if he can do it. So Rick Ankiel was given the opportunity to play outfield, where over the course of a few years, he developed into one of the best hitting prospects in the minor leagues and made it all the way back up to the major leagues, where he plays outfield for the St. Louis Cardinals. Because he went through the challenges of having his dream of playing in the major leagues and then losing it, he was able to appreciate what he had when he went back to the minor leagues and was able to understand what he wanted out of his life and was able to work towards becoming a professional outfielder. The next point that we want to make is that challenges often produce mistakes that we can learn from. We can see this with Gordon Bombay from the Mighty Ducks, who deals with being the coach of a junior Olympic hockey team for the first time. And all of a sudden he's confronted with fame and he doesn't know how to handle it at first. He often goes out and he eats ice cream with the trainer from the Iceland team, who is their enemies. And he basically doesn't respect his team. But by going through the challenges of dealing with fame for the first time, he's able to realize that he shouldn't have abandoned his team so often. And by going through that challenge, he was able to become a better coach because he saw what he was doing wrong. Another way that we can see that challenges produce mistakes that we can learn from is from Josh Hamilton. Now, Josh Hamilton was a first-round draft pick back in 2003, and once he dealt with being on his own for the first time and being a millionaire, he got addicted to drugs. He got set up with the wrong people and didn't know how to handle it. And the challenges of being away from home caused him to become somebody he didn't want to be. But Because he went through these challenges, he was able to understand that wasn't the person he wanted to be, and was able to find God in Christianity and became a better person because of it. So as we can see, a smooth sea never made a skilled mariner. And that means that challenges make us better. And we would all have to agree with that. As we can see with Chris Gardner in The Pursuit of Happiness and Rick and Keel, these challenges make us appreciate what we're working for. And as we can see with Gordon Bombay from the Mighty Ducks and Josh Hamilton, that these challenges often produce mistakes, but they're mistakes that we can learn from. So just like you need to challenge your muscles in order to build it, so too must we challenge our character in order to build it.